Hi everyone, Scott with CyberScribe.org, and this is Binary in 5 minutes. So I have a couple earlier binary videos and they go through this a little bit slower, so if you're new to binary, check those out, and then once you're comfortable with it a little bit more, then take a look at this one. Now we're doing it as it relates to IP addressing, and what you see on the top here, you have the decimal version, that's your human readable version, 192.168.1.1. and decimal is your base 10 number system. That's what we use for all the stuff, just your everyday things. The computers, though, how they talk to each other, they do it through binary, which is what you see below that. And binary is just your base 2 number system, just ones and zeros. Those are the only choices. So that's why it's a lot longer, because not only do you have just the number, but you have to have the places that kind of tell what the value of each one is. Now, with binary, as with decimal, a 0 is a 0 value. But as you can see here, it's also a placeholder in binary. It's not a value. Okay, this isn't 11 million. Okay, it's the value of this, the 8th place, plus the value of the 7th place, and then nothing else. So let's get to it down here. Now, you probably know 32 bits is your IP address. That's how long it is. And a bit is just a 1 or a 0. If you counted up all those 1s and 0s at the top, you'd get 32. And it's organized into 4 octets of 8 bits. So 4 parts of 8 bits. When you do your translating, you're translating octet by octet, section by section. So what we have here is, in the highlighted portion, is just a sample octet with all the bits set. When I say all the bits set, I mean that there's a 1 in every place. So there's a value in every single place in this example, just so we can get these decimal equivalent numbers. Now, just like this number 5001, well, your 5000, that value is on the far left side, your 5, right? That's your thousands place. Your 1 is your ones place. It's on the far right. Same thing here. Your largest number, your decimal equivalent, is going to be on the far left. Smallest number is going to be on the right. So when we do this translations, you're starting always on the far left, and then you're going by place by place by place, checking and seeing if it matches or if it's greater. So let's do 193. We'll walk through this, and then we'll talk about a little bit more. One other thing, just a suggestion: write these down, these place values, and if you have a notebook or if you have worksheets or whatever, just write it down at the top, and then you can refer to it and get that way. Also, use a binary calculator. Windows, your standard Windows operating system, has just a regular calculator that there's a binary or a programmer option, and then in there you can translate. And then I'm on Linux, so it's a little different, but you see I have the same thing here. Okay, in the middle here, this is just how I got the binary values. Remember, the smallest number is going to be on the far right, so that's where we start. Base 2 to the 0, then that is 1. Base 2 to the 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128. You see a pattern there if you're going from the right to the left, or left to right, either way. If you're going here, 1, 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8, times 2. That's all you're doing when you're adding another exponent there. You're just multiplying it by another 2. Okay, now let's do 193. What you do is you take your number. My number is 193, and I want to translate that. So we go far left, remember? We say 193, is it greater than or equal to 128? Yes. Set the bit, put a 1 there, and subtract. 193 minus 128 is 65. 65 is my new number. Move on to the next place. Okay, my new number, 65. Is 65 greater than or equal to 64? Yes. Set the bit, and subtract. You get a 1. So now your new number is 1. Is 1 greater than or equal to any of these? 32, 16, 8, 2, 4. No, it's not. So you put zeros there. Then you get to the last one. Is it greater than or equal to 1? Yes. Set the bit, and you're done. And you see here on the calculator, there, 193, and there is your translation. So one thing you can do is you can also just have like 8 places, and then just put random 1s and 0s in, and do the calculations and see how it comes that way too. Really, this is just about getting practice. So that's all I had to show you today, and stay tuned for future videos.